We're just going to go through setting up the multiplayer door plugin. So in your project root directory, make sure you have a plugins folder and place your multiplayer door plugin in there. I'm just going to launch the project. When the editor loads, go over to settings, plugins, and you can see that plugins here. But if you can't see it, just go over to other, in it's under installed, and we should see the multiplayer door plugin. We're going to enable it, and we should be prompted to restart the editor. Go ahead and do so, and wait for it to reload. Once that's reloaded, we can go over to settings, plugins, and we can see that we have the multiplayer door enabled. Okay, so I'm just going to close out of that, and I'm going to go to settings, project settings, and I'm going to come down to input in the left column. Let's add an input. So add a new action mapping. I'm going to call this open/close door. And I'm going to add a key for this, so I'm going to press F. It could be whatever key you want. And again, the name of the input can be whatever you want. It will have no effect on gameplay, but it's just something we can reference our input with, so we can find it in Blueprint. So once you're done with that, you can close out of it. And I'm going to go to a level that can better demonstrate multiplayer. So maps, level 1. So I'll press play. You can see that we have a multiplayer game going on. And the settings for that game are 2 players, and we're playing as a client, so both windows that you saw were clients, none of them were a server. So what I'm going to do now is go over to the, you can see the plugin content folder down here, so you can see the multiplayer door content. Make sure show plugin content box is checked. You could do that by coming down to the content browser and change the view options. So I clicked on view options and enabled show plugin content. You should be able to see this folder there. So inside of the multiplayer door content folder, I'm going to go inside the door_bp folder, and I'm going to drag in the multiplayer door itself. Rotate it however you want on the Z-axis. You can see that we can set whether we want smooth movement or not, and we have the door swing speed, and we have the mesh that we want to set it to. So these are the 3 options that we have for now for this actor. So let's set up our interaction with the door. If we go over to our place where we have our input set up, our character or our input class, we could just go into that, and we're going to right click, and we're going to type. We're going to look for our input class for the door, so open/close door, and this is going to call 2 events. So I'm going to right click and add a custom event. Click on this and press Ctrl W to duplicate it. Now this first event is basically going to be the client speaking to the server, telling the server that, hey, something's going on here. So let's rename this to RPC _open door. It's going to run on server, and it's going to be reliable. Then the server is going to speak to all connected clients and say, hey, the door just opened. So this one's going to be called MC underscore open door. And this one's going to be multicast and reliable. So the input for opening the door will call the replicated door open event, so RVC open door. So this will call this. So if I double click on that, it will send me here. And this one will call this one MC underscore open door. So if I double click on this, it will go straight to this node. And what this would do is call an event inside of our replicated component. So if we go to the content browser again, go down to the multiplayer door content inside of door underscore BP, you can see our multiplayer door component BP. So let's drag this into our third person character class, or whichever class which houses your input. Drop it onto the root node, or the root component. Really drop it anywhere inside there, it doesn't matter. And we're going to get it in the graph. So if we drag it in like so, we're going to get child actor. Then we're going to cast to the multiplayer door component BP. So cast to MP door component BP. And from that, we will open the door. So open door. So I can drag a box over all that, press the C key and type a nice comment. Let's call it door interaction. So the door input will call the replicated server event. So this is run on the server and it's reliable. Which will call the multicast event, which is multicast and it's reliable. And it will call the open door event inside of our door component underscore BP. So now let's go into the level and test that. So here's our door. Let's go over to the door, like so. And let's let client 1 open the door. So I've literally went up to the door and pressed F. And likewise to close it. So opening from one side, push it away from player. And if it's open, it will close it. So that's pretty cool. The other client has the same authority to do so. So you can close it and open it. And that works just fine. Now, let's have it open smoothly. So if we go and enable smooth movement, we could choose a speed for the door, 1. If we set it to 0, it will be instantaneous, but anything above 0 will determine how fast or how slow the door opens. So I'm going to set it to 1. Let's see what happens with smooth movement enabled. So let's get both parties over to the door. Let's have this guy open the door. Nice. And likewise with the other client. You can walk in and he can close the door. They can also open the door. Close the door. Nice door. Okay. That's pretty much it for the setup for this multiplayer door. If you have any questions or any suggestions, just drop them down in the comment section. I'll be happy to take you up on your offer. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope it really helped.